Hi, it's me, Alex Varela. This is the video number 22. Today is April the 10th, 2016, and over the last week there was some tense, some sometimes ugly climate in the house and outside, especially on the 8th of April, last Friday. As usual, I'm going to divide this in 4 parts: events that people I forgot to mention before, confessional admissions made by the boys or voices, events that took place over the last days, and my theories and conclusions. As usual, my Twitter account is Alex Varela at Casta 2007. In regards to events I forgot to mention before, in December 2009, just a few days after I moved into the rooming house in Hampton Park, I had a minor car crash accident with an old car stopping suddenly in front of me. The stoplights were not working, but the thing is I managed to veer to the footpath, and I couldn't avoid it, touching the rear left part of the car and seriously damaging my right hand side of my bumper. Exchange insurance details were made with the guy, but he kept calling me and chasing for money until the middle of 2010. Although I told him I was unemployed. And the thing is that I was told over the years that the accident was staged by the team and the police, but it was a rumor I couldn't confirm to this date. In regards to confessions and admissions made by the Voice of Voices, on the 5th of April, while I was watching a TV program on internet from Argentina, the voice tells me that my name has been used to open several offshore accounts, apparently in Panama. It sounded ridiculous for me, but it is what he said. At first I thought it was ridiculous, but later he went further and told me that John D. Credit was one of the companies most noticeably involved in that practice. Furthermore, he said that the previous voice, the one who was in charge since April 2007 until May 2015, was tightly connected to them and others throughout the years, reassuring them on their wrongdoings. He's also telling me that Vic Roads received payments from them throughout the years, apart from mines, of course, which, by the way, was provided by them too through Centrelink. Now, he's repeating himself about this, but the voice is very active today, and also tell me that Dr. Jacobs was the one who organized the dog attack on the 21st of February 2013. Naturally, I'm not in a position to say whether this is true or not, but what I can certainly confirm is that back then he decided, despite the fact that he was not the manager but just an external consultant at the agency, he decided the transfer of my file from PVS Workfind in Springvale to the CBD branch, telling me that I would have more chances to get a job there. I remember that I told him, why didn't he suggest that before? But when the episode of the mad dog happened, I was not linked to the Springvale branch, something that would happen a few weeks later when I came back, because I noticed that was a waste of time. Later that day, he gave me more positions by saying that he had the cooperation of the Springvale police station to do that. The same day, the voice made another outrageous revelation, like previous ones on the 22nd of January 2016 and on the 29th of March 2016, but I'm not going to reveal them because they are simply scandalous. And events that took place over the last days. On the 5th of April, the Homo Honey left early in the morning, perhaps due to the what I said on last video, He pretends to go somewhere to work, but most likely to spend the day to some place around the house. In the morning, watching Channel 26 from Argentina, they were talking about the opacity of intentions of public servants by having offshore accounts in Panama and elsewhere. More coughing. So I was thinking that with just 116 days in office and 2 offshore accounts, what were the chances of finding more under the name of the current president over the next 45 months of his term in office? Interesting question for an actuary, I suppose. I received a letter from Rick Rhodes reminding me of unpaid registration of my car. Actually, I paid it on the 24th of March, 1 week after it was due, through a loan from the Good Shepherd Dandenong, who apparently was paid by the team as well. On the 6th of April, quiet night, in the morning, some desperate, stupid mind games, I suppose related to the last shocking revelation made by the voice, I don't know. Also working on next video in Spanish. On the 7th of April, another quiet night in the house, appointment at max unemployment, as I call them, at 9:30, another job search session in one of the computers by myself. Despite telling me he was going to spend some time with me, Dean was very busy with other people, and when I reminded him I was there for more than half an hour, he replied he was not only there for me to get his attention. Actually, he hasn't helped me at all since I started working with them on the 26th of February. Some regulars in the office who left quickly as soon as I started to take pictures that I posted on my Twitter account. Finally, when he was available, I asked Dean about my last job applications on their website, Max Connect. About 7 so far. He answered many of them, although seemingly active on their system, had been already filled. When I asked him about a specific role I applied for, he called another consultant called Nadia, whose resemblance to Barbara Streisand was uncanny. I mentioned that to her, and she replied that she got that a lot. She predictably also told me that it was a Russian name. It was a Russian name. After some useless conversation, I asked her about my job applications and how Max Connect was able to choose the more appropriate resume between the 2 I had already uploaded, one for accounting positions and the other one for more general non-professional jobs. Neither her nor Dean were able to answer that simple question, with the latter telling me that it was a good one. So most likely my applications are not making their destination. Before leaving, since Dean was very busy, I approached Chelsea, the receptionist, or maybe something else, because she is taking more attributions, I would say. And I told her that my car was fixed, but not making any progress with them in order to find any kind of job. And also that I didn't take part in any kind of group session so far, with Dean telling me a few weeks ago that they were run every Friday, and now he changed and said that they are run every day. So she asked me what would I like to do, perhaps improving my interview technique skills. I replied maybe calling employees in the area will convey my urgent need to getting a job. She promised she will talk to Dean about it for my next appointment on the 15th of April at 10 o'clock. Dean also mentioned, by the way, that perhaps I am a bit old for some position that I'm applying, but I have to do it anyway because I need some sort of job. Left the agency and went to the Coles nearby, the supermarket, where I parked my car. Out of nowhere, an employee collecting the trolleys asked me if I was going to sell my car when he saw me taking pictures in the car park He said at first that he had 2 cars, actually more correcting himself immediately. They had more. He had more, is what he said. And I asked her how much he was willing to pay in his present condition. He said that less than 1,000, the registration until March next year. I asked $200, and he said he didn't know, so it was sent to give me bullshit as usual. Another idiot. I took a picture of him as well and put it on my Twitter account. I went to Super Cheap Auto, trying to find a solution for the oxidation of the roof of my car. After a long chat with the employee, decided to buy a few products to do some DIY. Later went to Aldi and Waverley Gardens and shopping center. Angry cashier, I knew her from previous visits. I mentioned that I'm not a thief, maybe they are. I took more pictures as well. There was some coughing as usual. Then I went to Safeway. More cocksuckers coughing as well. There was this cashier with the closed sign. I went to the next one and noticed that the guy removed the sign and kept attending other customers. The one that I was in line took ages to deal with some other customer, and well, it was obviously they did it on purpose, and these motherfuckers did this before. I don't know why, because they started way before I started posting those videos on YouTube. They started way before I started posting these videos on YouTube. After the incident with Joseph, a mechanic, locking me out of the car with only 1 key to my car in last December, I first went to the shop across Specsavers the same day, and who makes keys for houses and cars, and left my key with this guy for about 30 minutes. Go back. He told me that I could try on my car without paying, so I did. But when I came back, I told him that it didn't work, and he told me that I should come back some other time. He said that. Unbelievable. I went to another shop making keys for the mint shop, something like that, near Aldi. There was this Asian guys taking plenty of time. When they left, one of them apologized to me for the wait. More mind games from these guys. Finally, the blonde, bubbly, fat female employee was at first angry after I told her the treatment that I'd been dispensed in the other shop. She asked me for 15 more minutes to make a copy. I got back. She told me that I could try it without paying it, that she trusted me. This time it worked, so I returned and told her she was the best. I told her that as a joke. And she answered that she got that from her husband in the morning. Actually, I was talking about her job, not her sexual life, but that's okay. On the 8th of April, quiet night in the house with usual queer games of the rats, I decided to get a haircut. Went to see Daniela at Waverley Gardens. I was told that the previous day that a Chinese guy that she was working today. When I got there, there was this Indian girl, I suppose, who told me that she was not in and working in another shopping center called Casey's Center. I never heard of that place. Asked her for directions, and she told me that it was close to another one called Fountain Gate. That one I know. I decided to go there, not before buying some groceries at the Europa Market, usual coughing. When I got Casey Center is about 13 kilometers from here, approximately. Went there and couldn't find the shop. Stopped for a cappuccino. Long wait and expensive from another Asian guy for a cold cappuccino. I put some pictures. I called the Waverley Gardens to ask them precisions for the location of the shop inside the shopping center. She said that this female told me that it was close to the Big W. So I started to look for that Big W. Started to walk in the opposite direction, asked to another Asian guy wandering casually in the shopping center. He indicated me it was in the direction I was coming from. I called the clowns again of the Waverly Gardens, and after another Asian guy told me that there was not any big W but only a target. So now the stupid nervous female employee gave me more precise information about the location of the shop. When I finally got there, there was another Asian guy sitting there who started staring at me, looked back to him and searched for Daniela, who was at the back of the store attending another female client. Apart from the Asian owner working on other customer and her, the shop was pretty empty. I talked to her. She told me that there was a wait of 30 minutes. I thought that since I was already there, it wouldn't be wise to go on Saturday to Waverly Gardens. After 45 minutes after she told me that, I went to ask her about, and she said that she didn't know I was waiting for her. More games. What an idiot. So this time she told me that only 5 minutes for me to be attended. 15 minutes later, she came to do my hair. She gave me bullshit as usual, but in the middle of that, she said something interesting about the hairdresser I used to attend in Buenos Aires at a store called Roberto Giordano for men, implying the guy knew back then about our situation, myself, Vicky and Betty, of course. It's not a surprise, but there's something new. Another text message from Vicky, or actually from the team, saying that she couldn't talk to me again this weekend. I replied that I needed to get more contact with her, and she promised me, actually the team, to call me next week. Let's see what happens. On my way back from the creepy shopping center, which according to Daniela has been inaugurated only 3 weeks ago, some really nervous motorists on the Monash freeway passing me by, stopping in front of me, that's some stupid things. One of these days is going to be a crash between them, you know what I mean? Because they do a lot of stupid things when I was on the street driving my car. On the 9th of April, previous night was quiet, working on this video. During the day, the Homo Honey left the house but didn't use his car. He probably is upset, and as it was the duo used to be at Jackson's Road when they left the house walking down the street to some place nearby. He has been doing this the same lately. At night, I noticed that he was taking a very unusually long shower. When he finally finished, I asked him if I could use it, and he said that there was another one. I told him that I wanted to take a shower. He quickly replied, and it had a shower, the other small toilet. He was trying to be a smartass with me, so I slapped his homo stupid face and went to take a shower, a quick one. And next time I'm not gonna be so gentle. I think that he knew that. I started to cook when he heard that he left. A few minutes, the Rita returned and started to talk to me about nothing and plenty of bullshit as usual, but through his frustration I was able to confirm at least one of my theories. He finally left again the house without using his car as he did before. Perhaps he went to look for some advice from his stupid friends around the house. I don't know. Finally, in regards to my theories, conclusions, I am more convinced than ever before that the local team received support from somebody from Argentina, perhaps intelligence agency from there, the SIDE, see there? I don't know. But there is just a perception that I have, and I think it's to be confirmed with some attitudes that I've been noticing from these guys lately. For now, it's all. Thank you and goodbye.